What brand do y'all think won summer 2024?
Rolling Green.
Rolling Green. No, yeah.
Y'all all said that word.
And iTunes, Apple Music, and YouTube Music, nobody really listens to the radio anymore.
Right.
So that's when and that's how mainstream even mattered, is because those were the artists that we heard when we went to the place that everybody had to go to get music. Like we had MTV, we had the video channels, we had, you know what I'm saying? Like we all were going to the same place in those times that you're talking about, when all those other big crews were big before. We all were going to the same place to get our music. Now you get music wherever the hell you want.
And where was that? Where were we going? Fucking like Tower Records?
The radio.
The radio.
Yeah, the radio. On the radio, or you went and bought the CD directly. Right. But if you didn't buy the CD directly, you had to play the radio and wait for the song to come on, or watch MTV and wait for the video to come on. Right, yeah. And that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that plays a big part in like who at that point in time, like we had no control over who was mainstream. Now we do.
Right. So that was I mean, slightly. We have a little bit of control. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot more ways to go out and find music, but they're still force feeding it to us.
Well, I say you have control over what your mainstream is, your algorithm, what you're listening to on a daily basis, what you're consuming. We, like I said, like back then, the only way you had that control is if you went and bought the CD.
Right.
But now you can do that with any artist. You don't have to pay any money. You don't have to go and you can. Right. That's what I mean. Where I say it's up to you. We have more control now. It's like if you really want to support an artist, pay $100 to buy the ticket to their show, or buy their fucking t-shirt, their keychain that's overpriced, and that's really how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, as artists, that's really how you got to make your money. Is you got to make your own stuff and you got to put it out there, and the people who fuck with you, they're gonna fuck with it.
I saw something the other day. It was like if you get fucking 5,000 people to spend $200 with you a year. Yeah. As an artist, that's an achievable goal.
Exactly.
Even
like I think about
5,000 spending $20 with you,
right,
bro.
But that's $100 racks. But 5,000 or 5,000 people spending fucking $200 with you. That's $1 million.
Exactly.
Like,
but still 100 racks spending 20, man.
Right.
20 is very easy to go get. Like 20, you can get a motherfucker to spend.
Right.
Like you package up something dope.
Nah, but look at Griselda with their fucking $200 hoodies and shit, and they got 5,000 people selling $200, spent $200 on a hoodie.
I'm a few grand in Griselda merch.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I love this shit. I was about to bring them up. They're fucking killing it. That's why their jewelry is the same as all the big signed rappers. That's why they're driving the same cars. That's why, you know what I'm saying?
Like
they're getting that kind of bread because they tour, and they still do the physicals though, man. Like when you really package it, because Westside Gunn goes out the way to package that shit like art. He takes that shit seriously. Like he puts so much into curation.
Stop calling art content.
He's a curator, you know? Like he's a fucking curator in the truest sense of the word, and he's killing shit right now. Everything from the album art to the clothing drops that coincide with the albums, to the beat selection, everything. Like if you get an album done, like Stove God Cooks put out an album with him, and just an example. Anyone that does an album under the Griselda banner now, under Westside Gunn shit, he curates the whole project. Like he just everything, you know. And
so Griselda's a good example of a new school kind of
taking control
music group that's doing their thing. Future is another one. You said QC and TDE, like that harkens back to, but to the death rows, the fucking. Because I don't think the cameras were running when we were talking all that shit earlier. So what are the ones from our era?
Yeah, like Bad Boy. We have Rockefeller, No Limit, Hypnotized Mind, Slip and Slide, Rap a Lot,
Rough Riders, Dungeon Family, Dipset,
yo.
But all and Murder Inc. So all the different like kind of music, and then where are they now? And like, if you think about all of those different groups and all those different bigger kind of music groups, who's still doing what?
I mean, we still got some new ones now. Like we had the Jack Boys with Travis Scott, Don Toliver. I don't know if Good Music is like a modern day one that Kanye
Good Music was
Good
one.
music.
Yeah,
That was later.
That
was later, but that was one.
That was one, definitely.
We got Opium with Playboy Cardi and all the.
Oh yeah, there's definitely new squads doing it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Shit, we had motherfucking. We almost forgot Violator.
Oh yeah.
Violator was crazy.
Wu-Tang.
But that's different.
Violator was
Nah,
a
but
management company.
Wu-Tang was big.
Violator was a
Wu-Tang was a
management company.
group themselves, and they
It's
were
a
all
group.
a bunch of
You're
different
right, though.
individual
You're right,
people.
though.
But then it
They just
stretched
did it the
out.
best. Yeah, they just did it the best. To where
It
just
stretched out to like you know, they had fucking all the different little side groups with fucking Gravediggers and fucking Sons of Man and
So let's put a bigger
Killer
scope
Army.
on that Loud Records. Because Wu was part of that. Mobb Deep, Big Pun, fucking, it was crazy. The list goes on. Loud Records was a fucking force, bro.
but then you had like the crews that were just kind of like massive on their own without that big, without that whole group behind them and shit.
Right.
You know, like everybody just doing like fucking Nas didn't have a whole.
ASAP Mob. I really good.
They're a new.
Because like as soon as they arrived on the music scene, they already were established. Like the ASAP Mob was already known type shit. Like where they were, like they had that shit on Smash. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you look at Odd Future, like they're all of them are doing crazy ass shit on their own.
A lot of people forget Frank Ocean's from Odd Future.
Frank Ocean's from Odd Future, the fucking dude that's on the Bear. Like that's like plays the pastry chef on the Bear. He's from Odd Future. Fucking.
Is he really?
Yeah.
From Dave.
Who is it?
Yeah. The dude from Dave is from Odd Future. The fucking producer Al's from Dave. Yeah.
Vince Staples was there a little bit too. Here and there.
Yeah. Like that whole crew is fucking crazy, bro. Like it's not just Tyler.
Earl's a beast on the mic.
Yeah.
Fucking.
The internet.
I fuck with the internet.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Two of the people from the internet are in Our Future. Like, what? That's crazy.
Tyler was a huge reason Supreme broke the fuck out like it did in like the 2010s.
Yeah.
Like Supreme just went to a whole new level. Like it was all like it was kind of like an underground thing for a minute. Like it was known, but like it was. You know, only known in certain circles.
Skate culture thing.
No, in streetwear too.
In streetwear, but skate streetwear though. Like specifically, like there's a subculture and a subculture.
Yeah, I know about it through the skate world, and a lot of people found out in the little post 2010, and a lot of that has to do with Tyler's influence. That's what they just did every season they do the photo tee. They just did the photo tee. Tyler was on it this year. It was like a full circle moment for him. He was really hyped about it. But yeah, he definitely deserves his flowers on that. He set a lot of fucking trends.
Yeah,
and I love the way he came in the game. It was just such fucked up music. Like it was just so outside the box. It was almost horrorcore. It was fucking,
like that Yonkers shit.
And it was all produced by him. The video was done by him. It was just so dope to me. I was like, this is the shit right here. It was one of the things I got most excited for musically in that era, at least with hip hop, you know. There was some dope shit when that came out.
Not to take it down, let's do a rest in peace to Rich Homie and Fat Man Scoop.
Oh yeah, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Couple of goats, man.
Scoop.
Both legends.
Word.
Yeah. Fat Man Scoop went out telling people to make some fucking noise though, which is just like
crazy, bro.
That's like that's hard right there. Like doing what he loved, like what he was fucking, what everybody knew him for and shit, and then in that moment, like the world kind of saw that. That's like that's some wild ass shit. Like it was caught on camera. That doesn't happen very often. Like somebody dies doing what they love and it's caught on camera.
Tragic, super tragic.
Super tragic shit, but also like I don't know. It's like
it's legendary. For sure.
Yeah.
You know, it's a honorable closing to the book, you know? Like, that's, if there's any way, I'm sure if he could choose any way to go, it's like, take me out on the stage.
You being a dancer, do you like P2, remember you got served?
Of course.
You get crazy.
That bitch do. Come on, man.
Yo, Fat Man Scoop was fucking like, just like, you know, you just hear his voice in hip hop for generations. Like,
Yeah, seriously.
You know what I mean? Like,
If you've ever been to any club or any bar, you
That's
know
what I'm saying.
who the fuck.
And anyone out there, anyone out there thinking like, oh, they don't know Fat Man Scoop, you do.
You do.
You fucking do, I promise.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck.
You got a $50 bill, put your hands up.
My fucking parents probably know Fat Man Scoop song. You know what I mean?
Every wedding.
In their 80s and shit. Exactly. Every
You know
wedding.
what's crazy?
Exactly.
And I'm just hitting me right now. He was, for us, he was, let me clear my throat.
Yeah.
Before, that was the generation before us, you know what I'm saying? But this is that hype shit. Now you know, you've heard that fucking song. I don't care who you are, where you from, you've heard that fucking song.
Fucking heard that fucking song.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, play this song. Oh yeah.
Oh
I know.
yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, man. And then Rich Homie Quan, same fucking week basically, which is crazy.
You gotta make amends with the people that you care about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's the biggest thing I learned from that. For sure.
Yeah.
Just makes that dog situation even tougher. Like,
Even tougher,
Right.
bro.
That's what he was supposed to testify in the thug shit.
Yeah, he
So-
wasn't gonna do that though.
That's like,
Was he supposed to testify?
They had him on the
mentioned that he
indictment, but they wasn't
gonna use him
going to.
because he wasn't giving any information.
Yeah.
Or something they said.
yeah.
So he was standing on it like
Fuck,
doing it.
fucking Woody, man. What a
Woody.
fucking gem that's been this last
Shout out
couple
Woody,
months.
what?
Oh my God, he's up there making them look like fools.
Woody bringing Thug home.
He's
Shout out
fucking
Woody.
hilarious,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
It's the best comedy I've seen in a minute. It's just Woody just up there just going crazy.
Pause.
This is the Purple Sunset
Yeah.
from Matter, by the way, that I'm smoking. This shit is very fucking tasty. This shit is terpy as fuck.
It is.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It
Breaks up nice too.
does, yeah. Big. It breaks up big.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's dense, that shit. Yeah.
It's a nice ounce for sure.
It's a nice ounce.
Shit smooth. So.
Can't front. This is the first time I've smoked it. They dropped off samples the other day, so I just rolled it up. Just got to it tonight. It's pretty good. I like it. Recommended. Kate put it up on the wall. Swarley got it.
Send it, Charles.
Swarley's gonna put it up on the wall.
Yeah.
I just got a random question about music. So, do you think like the Buffalo Boys are running like New York right now? You think like they're the kings of New York?
If you're talking about that like old flavor,
I
yes, they're
personally
carrying the
think so, in
torch.
terms
I
of
mean, they're
carrying the
so
torch,
they're like
100%.
bringing that they're like that old school, new school. That was like you can't it doesn't. If you listen to some shit from the '90s, it doesn't sound like this shit at all.
No,
this shit fucking reminds you so much of the '90s though that it's like, I don't know. It's so weird. It's like they don't fucking, the parallels aren't there like you think. Like I don't know if you decide them or whatever, but it's fucking just feels like the
aesthetic,
'90s. I don't know. The aesthetic just feels so good. Yeah, I think they're. I don't know. I don't see who else is doing
That's what I
numbers
was gonna
like
say,
them
not
in New
them,
York.
and who?
In
Who would it
terms
be?
of like their merch game, just with what they're bringing
big.
to the culture.
I love it.
You know, yeah, it's amazing. And what they're is just, and I love the fact that they're from upstate. It just shows everybody that, but it's like you already fucking know that because like there's people all over the country, all over the world that are fucking dope from all that. It's not off in New York, so why would a different region in New York State be any different than like a fucking small city somewhere else
Down
in the
south, right?
you know what I mean, down south or in the Midwest or whatever? It's like, of course,
It's New York.
it's New York, you know.
Honorable mention though, and it's a whole different style, but what Cap Cobain doing with the sexy drill movement, that's making a big impact
Yo, it really is.
But they are going crazy.
Word.
Yeah, it's
No, I give you that for sure. I don't listen to them as much, but they definitely like on TikTok they be running it up for sure. I hear that.
yeah, and that's the thing about like the genres. Talking about it earlier, genres are so like it used to be. You had to buy a CD. It was fucking $20. You spent $20 on a CD. You better fucking like you better know you like that shit. You're not. It was a different time. Now you pay $10 a month and you can listen to whatever the fuck you want.
Right.
Now you don't have to.
And it was cool too, because it was like you had your CD in your deck, and like that was it. It wasn't like now you could go and literally just like hit the back button, and you're on a whole nother page, and you have 50 different artists, 50 different albums. You can click and listen to whatever you want to listen to. At that point, it was like how you said, you had to really commit and be like, yo, no, I'm gonna be listening to these songs every time I get in my car, or every time I fucking go in my room. Like this is what I'm gonna be listening to.
I got this book of CDs that I get, so I might go back a couple years even, I'll get nostalgic and listen to this artist. But and also it's like I feel like part of like that whole piece have even the artist constricted a little bit and less, so you didn't see as much rapid growth within a genre as you do now. Now everybody's just willing to experiment because people aren't stuck to listening to genres like they used to be. Used to be listen to whatever CDs you had, and it was an investment, and you know, it was like it defines you a little bit more, like the type of music you listen to. Like, are you a fucking hip hop kid or are you a fucking rock kid? Like, I don't even think it's like that anymore. Now it's just like,
well, now it's cool to have a refined, wide taste, like a palette, a big plethora of things that you're listening to. That's what's like, oh, they're eclectic. You know what I'm saying? Like, but back then it was like, no, I'm like how you said, like I'm a rock kid. I'm a emo kid. I'm a rap. I listen to I'm a hip hop head. I listen to classic music.
But now you're an eclectic taste, and you listen to all sorts of shit. So now even as an artist, you're gonna be more willing to experiment because you know that your fans are listening to all sorts of shit. Now you're willing to take more risks. You're like, and I think seeing other artists take those risks, and
also too, like back then, I feel like the labels weren't given as many chances taking risks. You had to really prove. You had to get to a certain, like, be selling mad records just for them to even let you do what you wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like they had these images they were trying to put out, and they were making the artist into that.
All at the same time, right? What also has happened in this span of like from CDs to streaming is it went from being really expensive and difficult. You had to book studio time and a big room. You record on tape. You're fucking. You know what I mean? You're limited to the number of tracks. Like we're talking back then in like the 90s, 80s, 90s or whatever, into digital recording, which came in there, and then it became way more accessible to everyone. And now you can have a fucking home studio for like $500. Everything, mic, interface, computer, that's like good enough to upload some shit. Right.
Hack some plugins and you got a professional sounding record. I mean, if you know how to use them.
If you know how to use them, you upload it onto DistroKid for $20 a year or whatever, $20, you know what I mean? And it's like it's the investment into creating the music now isn't what it used to be. It used to be.
And also that actually makes me think too, is like, because you just brought up a good point, like knowing how to use these things. Now we have anybody, Joe Schmo, can go figure out how to use, like, well, not necessarily, because it's not like a just go and figure out, like, you had to go to school for that. You know what I mean? You had to go to school for that.
Yeah, but I went to school for that shit.
But what I'm saying, as far as genre bending, right?
Yeah.
Back then, it wasn't people who were having that. None of the rappers that we were listening to in the 90s, or even probably the 2000s for that matter, had that knowledge that we're talking about right now. Right. How to go and mix a record, or how to use this plugin. I don't think any of them did. I don't think
Dr. Dre.
Yeah, but I don't really consider. Yeah, he is a rapper.
That's what he
you
did,
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm.
That's what he was already doing. Like.
But my point being is like, as a rapper, to be a multi-genre rapper, you would have to go and find an artist from each one of those genres to make your beats. You know, or to work with, or to be able to do that. You know what I mean? So now it's like, now we have people who are just like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna learn how to make music. I'm just gonna go and figure out how to do it. Like, you think about most of these artists that we have now, like Travis Scott, Kanye West. There's a bunch that you can name that are musically trained.
Yeah, well,
you know back in the 90s, you probably had like 12 dudes making beats. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
yeah. Because you had to go buy an MPC Primo, and then figure that shit out.
You had fucking Dre. You had
all the same producers.
Right. You had fucking Pete Rock. You had fucking and like this is like in the early 90s, and then once you start to get into the 2000s, and you got like the Timberlands and the fucking the Neptunes and all that shit.
And then you see like a few random names start popping up here and there. But then those random names that were random back then, now 10 years later, are like, oh, that was this person just starting out, or they were like interning, or you know what I mean?
And then what's wild about all that are the early 90s producers. They were all New York City dudes, but they were all from. A bunch of them weren't even born in New York City. Like Primo is from like Houston, I think, and then he moved to New York City, and fucking like a few other producers are like that too, huh?
He's from Texas.
He's from Texas, and like
Alchemist.
The Alchemist. He's from LA.
Yo, he's from like he comes from.
He's from LA.
Good home, man. He's from Beverly Hills. Do you know he had a rap group?
No.
With Scott Conn,
with
the
Scott
actor.
Conn, the actor. Called
the Hooligans.
The Hooligans. Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah,
Check
it's
it out.
very like kind of trying to be like House of Pain a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Shout out to Hooligans.
What?
Yeah, he's fucking Al is the man, bro.
Yeah. Big part of the culture.
Yeah, big part of the culture for sure. He's like one of the producers in the one of like the 12 producers that was in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? And it's fucking, and I saw an interview with him recently where he was talking about just much like what he prefers is to have his like, you know, his whatever size audience and his level, his what size of fame that he is, and he just knows that he's like a boutique dude. He's fucking might sell a couple 100,000 joints. And
Westside Gun-esque, he curates the fucking project. Does some dope artwork with it. Puts out great merch with it. Fucking, you saw what he did with the Bo Jackson project with he put out the cards.
Yeah. It's a whole He does a whole plan with it. It's thought out. It's not just not just the music. It's a whole fucking art piece, and that's like. And that's how you gain that fan base that fucks with you, you know.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of that, like the fucking creation of art, and in order to push forward music and shit, a big thing that's happening now is with AI. How do you guys feel about that? Now I ain't talking Allen Iverson. Not talking about Post Malone.
I mean, I feel like you got to figure out how to make it work for you.
Yeah.
It's not like, I feel like if that's all you're doing and you're just like trying to plug in some words and press enter and then you get a song out and you put it out, call it yours, that's where it's like, meh. But there's other artists that I know that are doing some cool shit.
I think there's a dude that does that shit on Spotify. He puts out AI generated music under like a fucking 1,000 different like band names. He just like has a bunch of different accounts.
I'm sure there are. Yeah, I totally believe that.
And it's all AI generated music, and it's literally just him being like,
I heard Kodak Black with some like 1950s swing music. It was fire. It was. They turned Kodak Black into some like 50s swing music. It was great. Or whenever the fuck swing music was.
Yeah. 20s.
That shit was hilarious.
Schwarzenegger though?
What's that?
Which one?
Schwarzenegger makes music.
I think I've heard one or two, but I don't remember what it was. They'd be funny, yeah. They all be funny, honestly.
So
that's different though. See, that's where it's like, oh, if it's meant for like satire, comedic purposes,
satirical purposes, cool. If it's like if there's like a purpose to it, if there's intention to it,
right?
Again, but what about like the use of people's likenesses in songs? Like I've seen like a couple of weird fucking Instagram videos where it's like rappers promoting that they're selling features for cheap and shit like that, and I feel like it's got to be AI generated features. And then I'm thinking like,
I heard a new Biggie verse.
Is the whole shit AI generated? The commercial AI generated? Like,
I heard a new Biggie verse,
bro.
about from a chicken spot. It was a chicken spot. Yeah, it was like some fake KFC shit, and he was rapping about chicken.
But
bro,
is that like
so scary, bro?
Is that like,
man, that shit had me tight. I'm not even gonna lie, I was tight.
Like, so what can be done about that in the same way that like the fucking actors unions and the directors and shit, they're like striking and shit to not over AI and like to make sure that there's things put in place to protect their likeness, and they did the same shit with streaming and shit too. Like the musicians got to band together and do some shit about that shit, bro. You can't just let AI come through, and motherfuckers are already doing it. They're already like records with people, and then what are the repercussions of that? Who's getting what? Like, how do we divvy that up? Like, how do we, like, that's not in any contracts right now. You're not going on, like, say you're like a BeatStars producer and somebody downloads your shit and then they put somebody else's, they do like a AI vocal of fucking Snoop Dogg and somebody else on the Eminem on the shit and their verse, and then put it out, and then who's liable for what at that point? Right. I got that BeatStar producer. You already probably have a contract saying you actually own the shit, whatever you're doing, up to a certain amount, or they own it to a certain number of streams. Like, it's always like, and then what?
That's where it gets scary, Jack.
Right.
But I got a idea for a really good use of AI. Like, say, like, for instance, Beanie Siegel and DOC. Dudes that have lost their voice. Beanie Siegel hasn't lost it completely like DOC, but like to an extent, Beans' voice isn't what it used to be after getting shot. And using AI to bring their old voices back and shit, I think that would be an amazing use for that shit. And that's just on the other end of it.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. But
exactly, They rapping the new verses and just using the AI filter, you know?
So how do we make it so that people's voices can only be used for shit like that? You know,
it's probably pretty straightforward legislation to do it, though. I'm sure it's in the near future. You know, it's got. I hope it's in the works. You know, at least. I think it will be soon.
I think it will be. You know how you can do reinterpolate? What's the word?
Interpolation.
So like if you're remaking a beat, and if you like how Taylor Swift remade her album.
Well, it's
first albums by just like a re-record and
because she owned I think the publishing, but she didn't own the masters. So the masters and the publishing are two different things. The masters are the master recordings, and it's like what everyone else licenses for use. So like that version of the song, if you want to use that song, you got to pay bread for that song. Everyone who all the jukeboxes that play that fucking song, the venue is paying some bread back to, you know, there's like money being made and all that shit off of, you know.
Right.
So all the radio play and off of the master, though, the master recorder. So so what Taylor Swift did is she went back and re-recorded all of her songs in order to have, because she owned the publishing, though,
and which is the actual
the writing
music.
of the lyrics, like the lyrics and the music and the chord progression and melodies and
structures
shit, the structures of the song.
Yeah, so that's a different thing. But isn't, if you like doing, let's say you're a sampler, producer. It's something where they like remake the beat instead of sampling the beat, and somehow there's a loophole to where they
so if you sample the beat, you're sampling the master recording. So then you have to pay the people who own the master recording, and you have to pay your publishing.
Right.
But if you replay it, you only have to pay the publishing, and if you interpolate it in a way that it's not the exact same, you can risk it and you might get sued. You know, let's look at fucking, you know, there's been a bunch of lawsuits about, you know,
Ice Baby.
Things that are close, you know, even like the Ed Sheeran Pieces of You, which is like
Yeah, thank God, because that was crazy.
I think that's crazy. But I think that's what it's gonna be that makes the law. It's gonna have to be a big case like Tupac versus something, and isn't that how laws even get made? Like the judgment of a big case.
Yeah. I mean, it creates precedents if it hadn't been created before, but sometimes it can overturn precedents, and then everybody is in an uproar. So like the fucking Robin Thicke shit that
he got fucked.
So fucked. Right. So that's why they even tried the Ed Sheeran shit.
Yeah, I thought Ed Sheeran was gonna get fucked too. I was like, and it happens a lot though. So and that's based off of the judge though. Right? But so that was a new precedent with the Pharrell and Robin Thicke shit though. It was like, whoa.
Shit.
Yeah,
that
was just like, what the fuck? What? Where's the line?
Rhythm.
Like,
and up until that point, you could never copyright rhythm. That was just like something like, because at that point, I don't know, you could copyright the sound recording, but you can't copyright the way the drums were played.
I feel like they were trying to copyright the mood of it almost, like literally just like the fucking feeling of it. Like literally, it was like,
that's
you can't
what they
do
said.
that.
The vibe, you're copyrighting the vibe of it, but it wasn't even exactly note for note the joint. So it was the vibe, and they did nail the vibe. And I feel like,
because you own a vibe.
No, up until that point, no. But that was the point where the judge was like, "That's the same vibe. They fucking stole the vibe, and you win."
They just made such a gray area with that case. Like, there's just such a gray area now, and it's, I don't know, set a bad precedent.
Yeah, like chord progressions. Fucking there's like chord progressions that are just used in 1,000 fucking songs. It's like the same chord progression. Just that's because there's only a certain number of chord progressions in a row that would make a pop song. So just as like there's so many of them. You could look it up, Google it. There's mad YouTube videos that'll just show you, and all different chord progressions too. That are just like that song, this song, that song is this song,
it's all the same ones. Yeah, for sure.
It's crazy.
But so you can't copyright a chord progression, or else all those motherfuckers would be suing each other. And you can copyright a melody, and that's but you can't copyright a rhythm because the fucking amen breakbeat's been used a gazillion fucking times. And it's been repurposed and all that shit, and done sped up and slowed down and fucking replayed, and nobody's gotten sued for that shit. I mean, for the sound recording, everyone could have been sued for people who actually sampled that sound recording, but nobody did.
I think that's part of what it comes to as well, is that like it really takes you having to sue somebody. Like, to really make it an issue, you know what I mean? Most of these people are hearing shit, like you said, all these people using the same shit, and they're like, it's fucking music. I'm not gonna fucking sue you. But the Marvin Gaye estate heard that, they're like, nah. Nope, we don't like that. Not happening here.
Yeah.
And they have the bread.
Multiple times.
And that's really what it comes down to, too. Is like the bread.
They could hire the attorneys to, like, so what, win, lose, or draw, they're gonna pay them, and the attorneys are like, they're gonna pay me.
Right.
That's true. It's a specific set of circumstances for sure.
Yeah, because we're talking about music, but what's happening, none of that is music. That all that legal shit, you know what I mean? That's like when it's now you taking the creative part out of it. Now we're talking about legalities, and we're talking about what's right and what's wrong and what's this and what's that. But music is freedom. Music is expression. Music is, this is what I'm feeling. And sometimes you're feeling another song. You heard it and it inspired you to do something. It doesn't mean like, it's not like when Robin Thicke and Pharrell made the song, they were singing sexual healing. No.
Right.
But they caught the vibe and it made them want to do something else. That's what you're supposed to do. But there's people in this world that will say, no, I own this. This is mine. You can't have any of this. You know what I mean? So, and if that person who feels that way has a lot of money, you might be in some trouble. Yeah. As far as really how it goes.
Ain't nothing new under the sun.
Ain't nothing new. If you believe that, then that law is tough.
It's crazy.
You can't just copy off somebody, but ain't none of these ideas. It's all in a Akashic record or however you think of it, and we just borrowing ideas.
Right. Everybody's heard something that inspired them to create something else. Like no one is just pulling. It's impossible. No one's born in a fucking vacuum, you know. So like if you grew up unintentionally hearing all sorts of things that were being played around you, you can't help but be influenced by all of those things. You know, like, so that's like I don't know, it's like, why fucking, I'm fucking stoned. Damn, that fucking Purple Sunset shit from Matter, that's good.
They got another one, roasted garlic margie, that's 32%, and it's an ounce.
Yeah.
That's the one I smoked last night. It wasn't bad.
Less than 200 too, so definitely come by and get that. For sure.
Yeah. The Matter
I suggested it, and I'll never suggest the medical.
Right.
Yeah, this is an MSO, so they're like a fucking RO Matter, but you know.
What's MSO mean, Merc?
Multi-state operator.
There we go.
So multi-state operator is basically like someone who is licensed in other states and has been doing this marijuana thing for a while. So has super deep pockets and can come in and really make
chokehold.
Yeah, chokehold. Put the whole game in a chokehold if they were given the opportunity to. So,
which they have been.
I mean, in a sense, that's the fear, right? That they were going to come in and do. So there's a couple, you know. Are they like price gouging to the point where it's destructive? We'll see. You know,
it would have been nice to have the original head start that they agreed upon.
Yeah.
What was it? 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, that would have been really nice.
It would have been nice. They'd their argument is they wouldn't have been able to sustain that 5 years, leveraging what they had going on here already so most of them, right, came in here as medicals and already had kind of things going on with that, right? And then there were like thousands of people, or like tens of thousands of people who had medical cards in the state. So they had like a functioning economy. It wasn't bustling, but it was functioning. And then the recreational shit came out, and there's just like hundreds of people that have medical licenses now, not even thousands across the entire state. So because why go back and renew your medical license the next year if it's recreational? Just go fucking recreational and buy. So the medical was not doing well for that, so they were. So, but I still think
they didn't even allow flour for how long? Like, you couldn't even get flour in our medical program.
Medical, it was only oil.
They fumbled the bag so bad, it was crazy.
Yeah.
You could only get it in pill form and
oil. Yeah.
Cartridges, horrible cartridges too, like so weak, like. And then they fucked up.
Yeah,
and those companies lost
the flour
a fuck ton
wasn't
of money.
Really even that good that you were getting from the medical dispensaries. It was kind of trash. So like the reputation was that it wasn't very good. So given all of those things, you know, are they gonna be able to come in and have a stranglehold on things? Probably not. But I will say that this Matter flour is pretty fucking good. That's what I'll give it that. I will give it that. Yeah, and then I think the ROs are the medicals and the MSOs. I feel like MSOs are medical too, though.
Most of the time, right?
Yeah, most of the time, not necessarily.
All of them right now are, right? In New York.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can be an MSO currently, right?
Yeah.
Well, unless you're coming, you got to collab with other brands. There's obviously multi-state like Rove. They're in other states theoretically.
Yeah.
They're a multi-state operator,
theoretically, but I don't even think that's not necessarily who we're talking. Rove is
No,
more
not at all, not at all. Yeah. We got to clear that up front there. We're not talking about Rove right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So like
they work with a New York brand. So there's New Yorkers behind Rove too. You know?
Yeah, there is. Well, things like that, like a lot of the brands that were early movers in New York that were brands like Rove, heavy hitters. They're like, what's cool about them is like they're fucking from here, and then they left to go start brands in emerging markets and learn about cannabis culture in legal markets and what that means, and get a jump start on that whole world. And then as soon as New York legalized, they came back here to be part of that because this is where they're from, you know what I mean? So that's what the earliest movers that you see in that are in multiple states, they're like New Yorkers, and we met them and they're fucking cool.
Fuck yeah.
Shout out Joe. Shout out Garrett.
Rove always holding it down.
Yeah.
Every time.
That's the homies over there.
Yeah, facts. So there's like a lot going on in New York State cannabis these days. We got new marketing guidelines. I guess now we're allowed to have like 3 billboards. So
Nice.
yeah, we're gonna go hard on some.
Yeah, that's dope.
What about signage? Any changes on that?
Not. I don't know. I got to dig a little bit deeper into them. They're like, it's new, so we'll be back. We'll talk a little bit more about those guidelines when we get to more of a chance to skim them. But there are some like major looks that we get to fuck with. So,
I liked our billboard that we had down here when I would go past the highway. That was fire.
yeah. Now we're gonna get like, that was before they kind of.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna get a print version instead of the LED, and yeah. Word up.
The classic.
Yeah, me.
Are you in the car wrap now?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, though.
No, it would have been great.
Just have that
You
shit
already
drive
have
in.
people who are like, "Yo, I'll fucking wrap a car and park that shit for you."
No.
You should wrap the delivery cars.
Yeah, nah, that's
Are you
the
allowed
last
to?
thing they want. They want the delivery cars to be discreet.
No, you know what? I'm sure customers do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most, everybody, you pull up in some nondescript shit, then you're like, you know.
Yo, they buying weed right now. They got the fucking
That's funny as hell.
stage 1 dispensary car pull up in
Full
Rasta
wrap.
colors.
Full wrap in the Rasta colors.
That's mad funny.
Or now, when OCM did their walkthrough, they definitely wanted to see the cars and make sure that they didn't have any like
No branding.
markings on them, no branding on them and shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What
That
about
was like-
events? Any changes on those rules?
Nah. The last I seen that they talked about events is that they're not like condoning any outside events.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Not outdoor, because I feel like that's different. If you want to put on your own shit and like that near your spot and be whatever, like, and it's not, I think you're good. But I like Roger did that shit in Saratoga. Nobody fucking batted an eye. That it wasn't like a specific cannabis event. It was more like a music show, right down the block from the dispensary that he was opening up or whatever.
Okay.
So I don't know. They're not. I don't know. I heard that there's just kind of a whole clean sweep new group of people up in there.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if they smoke weed.
Yeah, probably. Some of them, maybe. I imagine.
Yeah. Hope so.
Yeah.
You're talking about the people who are making the new laws and shit, right?
Well, not necessarily. Yeah, just or really like enforcing what's there, and then I think they have some new lawyers coming in that are also maybe gonna be drafting up changes to things. Like, I think that has to happen from within OCM in order for them to take effect. You know, so they are lightening up on the marketing guidelines, which is what we needed, and I think they heard us. Enough people were saying it that they're like helping us with some of those changes. So shout out to OCM for that.
Word.
Word up.
Need that.
Scotty, what kind of kicks you got today, bro?
Dills, I left them over there.
Oh shit.
Drum roll.
Air Max 90 Bacons. Originally came out in 04. This is the retro. Before they dropped, they were like a super sought after shoe. Like, people would pay big fucking money for them. Then they dropped, put a bunch of pairs out. Now they could be had for a very reasonable price. Dope shoe. Never wore it. You know, it's just not a everyday shoe for me. But I'm gonna get to it one day. I'll wear it.
I rarely see you rocking Air Maxes.
Yeah, I got quite a few pairs. I just don't wear them too much.
Yeah.
He doesn't wear them to the max.
Let's wear them to the max.
Nah, this one look like a piece of bacon though, for real. Like, the more I look at it,
Yeah.
it's really like a slab. Like, it's a piece of art. I fuck with that one.
Hell yeah.
Bong.
I don't know. That shit screams out Valentine's Day to me. I'd wear it.
That's what I said. I missed my opportunity.
And fucking end up with some chocolate and shit in there. Like,
Hell yeah.
Very clean.
I didn't wear them. I don't know how I forgot about them. Valentine's Day, I'm like, what do I wear? What do I wear? Couldn't think of what kicks to wear.
that's it. Those are the
That was the
Valentine's
one.
Day kicks, bro.
He wasn't eating pork that day.
What's up?
He wasn't eating pork that day.
Nah, I wasn't thinking right.
Were you the type that, I definitely wasn't getting them, but like every Valentine's Day in high school, were you getting a Valentine's Day pair and rocking them on with your shorties?
Yeah, I used to have the dunks and shit. Nah, I wouldn't rock them with shorties. No.
But were you getting them like the Valentine's Day special?
What's up?
and rocking them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had a bunch of.
Jordan did it, like Dunks did it.
I had some dunks from like, back in like 06, the Valentine's dunks. Let's just go for some bread now. But, wish I still had those.
Yeah,
All patent leather.
All patent leather.
Or patent
dunks.
leather Valentine's Day dunks, yeah. I think it was like 05, 06.
Fire.
What you
Better
smoking
days.
on?
Better days.
What's up?
What you smoking on?
Just some grape sundae, crossroad wedding pie. It's,
What you smoking
Pretty
on,
nice.
Jay?
I'm smoking on some grape sundae.
What you smoking on, man?
I got a magnitude cart.
A magnitude cart.
Yeah.
I think I got a
I'm
robe
super
on
heavy
that
in the
too.
carts too. Like,
Yeah.
I love carts. They're so mobile.
He's a
easy
you're a
accessible.
cartosaur.
Nah, for real. Like, if you need a cart, I can point to it.
Is that
Any
magnitude cart like a sample that we got?
direction. It was a sample, yeah. They're pretty decent. Like I do like their carts.
Yeah.
They're really good, yeah.
Is it like something that? Do we even do we have that in the store? We don't have that in the store, do we?
We don't. No.
Yeah.
But for me, like, they're reliable. You know what I mean? Like if I'm about to come up here and I just need like a booster with the weed, like, this is
Yeah.
where it hits for sure. You know what I mean?
Word up.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to him.
Yeah. See, you don't have to be in the store to get a shout out on the shelf.
We had them shits for a minute though, right?
Yeah, we did for a little second.
It was on the shelves.
Yeah, it was on the shelf for a minute.
You were there quick. Yeah. But I like them.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Kings Road makes good cards though. Oh my gosh, I love our Kings Road cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even
Can-
the strains.
The
Room for
all-in-one,
improvement on
all-in-one joints or the cards?
No.
No, not the all-in-one.
Yeah, the all-in-ones
The
are kind of a pain in the ass a little
Yeah,
bit. You gotta hit them a specific way, or they don't hit. I heard them like, oh,
Yeah, you got to pull it for like 5-6 seconds,
yeah,
like to get like a regular.
You gotta like prime it essentially.
yeah.
But no, they got some nice strains.
What brand do y'all think won summer 2024?
Rolling
Flower?
green.
Rolling Green.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
said that word.
Yeah.
You won?
No, because they
Number
came
one.
consistent. They had multiple joints that came through and was like, oh, whoa.
Trop Cherry.
Sorry,
Grease
80K.
Monkey,
Mellow.
Sorry.
Octane Diesel, Mellows, all fire. They ain't never dropped like.
And never
fire
drop a
every
god
time.
in the
Nah.
purple jar.
And then even
If it's in
the,
a purple jar, that shit is fire.
but even the mixed greens and the
No,
in the outdoors,
don't get it
they weren't-
twisted.
they weren't bad.
Yes, purple
the
jar,
orange,
specifically purple jar. Yes.
the orange jar and the green jars are also good.
Yes,
But the
absolutely.
purple-
but there
but-
wasn't
That
busting
purple
like that
Nah,
fucking
that
purple
purple
jar.
jar
That purple
is
jar was
busting.
crazy.
Crazy. And that's the thing.
purple
He's-
label.
That's the thing about Rolling Greens is they're letting you know. Like, I'm not saying the orange shit is the orange shit. Their Blue Dream is in their orange jar. It may be the most Blue Dream that I've seen on the market.
It is.
It tastes like Blue Dream. It smells like Blue Dream. It feels like Blue Dream. It smokes like Blue Dream. It's I'm like, oh shit, this is very. That, so,
But it's labeled indica hybrid. What the fuck?
I don't know about that one.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. It fucking the orange jar is bomb too.
Oh, not theirs. Oh, I'm sorry.
I know you're talking about the honey.
That's the most Blue Dream
or
shit.
the hashtag.
That's the
honey
most
is
Blue Dreamy shit
Dream.
I've seen.
Yeah, that's
shit is
newer
like-
though. That's newer. The
I saw that
fucking-
kosher kush today. That shit was smelling.
From the hashtag
this
honey
right here.
shit.
We'll
Yeah.
light it in a minute. This is their. You tell me what that jar says over there. Sorry.
See, Scotty, when I say what you smoking on, that's what we talking about right there. What are we smoking on?
Tropical cheese.
Tropical cheese.
Fire.
Tropical cheese.
Hashtag money.
Hashtag honey.
Yeah. Heavy on the gelato flavor on this one. I like it a lot though.
Yeah.
What's the percentage on that?
So that's new in the store, right? We're
29.4%.
bringing that in, I think. The hashtag honey shit.
Yeah, we got a whole
It's in-
we got a
Yeah,
whole
the whole
lineup of this
line
shit.
of
We
it,
got like
yeah.
6 of these right now. 49 and
Plastic with
8.
it, too.
Nice.
They're doing their thing.
Just came in, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Good.
Rolling green at the crown.
Yeah, Rolling Green got the summer 2024 crown, but
And yo, no offense to 80K because they always kill it.
yeah.
And I hate not giving them the title, but they just ain't dropped no new flower strains recently, and it's like, okay, we need something new from you, you know? That's
Yeah,
how
which
I'm
is
feeling.
which is, if you think about it, right, from a consumer standpoint of a normal product line, you're like, I want consistency above all else. And like they are, if nothing else, consistent. They're
Absolutely.
putting up the same strains over and over and over again, and that is like a thought process to that. But as smokers, like, you want to fucking
Some new
switch
shit.
it up sometimes, and you like trust the brand, and you get like strain drain, you know what I mean, where you're just like fucking, it doesn't get you high anymore. You smoke a fucking million clips and you just feel whatever flat because your tolerance to that specific strain is. You know, you want to switch it up, but you want to switch it up and smoke some shit from the growers that you trust.
Who, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Like, I was gonna say too, I think as a consumer, you know what I mean? Like, let's say I'm paying $50 or $60 for an eighth. If I continue to do it with the same couple strains, like, I might get used to them. So, like, if I'm paying that 60 every time, maybe I would like something different or something new that's gonna hit. Like, oh shit, this is that blue dream.
You also gotta keep in mind though, to get amazing marijuana, you gotta put a lot of time and effort into to things and find that perfect fucking one, you know.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find those perfect ones, and you know, they got to stick to what's gonna
what they know is gonna work. What they know is gonna be.
They need to bring back that alien apple. What up?
Yeah.
That shit was fire.
What they know is gonna yield right. You know what I mean? What they know is gonna have the bag appeal. What they know, like all of the things, you got to check off as a grower all those things off the list.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be the bud structure got to be good. You know, and so if you only checking off 3 out of the 5 things that you got to make sure are right in your grow, then you're not bringing that shit back. But if you get a 5 of 5 every time, I
think that this shows the difference between an MSO and somebody who has their own grow, like their own that's making their own thing from the ground up. Yeah. Because like an 80K probably doesn't have the resources or the space or whatever it is that a Rolling Green would have to be able to have so many different strains.
Rolling Green isn't an MSO though.
No. Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's just like a New York dude from upstate.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah.
Shout out Rolling Green.
Yeah, shout out Rolling Green. Shake for that. That's crazy. I didn't know that. I thought Rolling Green was an MSO.
Nah, I look at these jars and I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like these nugs are not.
Nah, you know what's Rolling Green? Those motherfuckers are going, and he said in the mixed light purple jar greenhouses. I think all the greenhouses actually, like motherfuckers are wearing the hazmat suits going in there. You know what I mean? Like you're not going in there without fucking being. So that they're not bringing in pathogens. They're not fucking the grow up. They're not bringing in pathogens into that grow at all.
I have a question that I think we'll have differing opinions on. Pre-roll of summer 2024. Company-wise. Not a specific pre-roll, but who you think was killing the... I saw that.
Company-wise?
Company-wise, yeah.
Well, what do you like?
I'll throw a couple out there that come to mind for me.
Well, I mean, there's a bunch of different categories of infused pre-rolls versus non-infused pre-rolls.
But that is you choose. Just
whoever
who you think, who was you smoking the most?
Distillate.
Who was you going to for? If you're like, you know what, I'm gonna buy a pre-roll today, and you obviously don't buy pre-rolls. Right.
I'm like, you're fucking off right there, bro.
But that's how, you know what I mean, like where would I go? You know what I mean, like for me it would be like a puff or a heady tree or a 80K. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. MFNY. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm just curious to see like who's going where.
I mean, MFNY had Oishi crossed to Oishi. That was a crazy ass strain. Like I've never tasted nothing like that.
Yeah,
that was
so
fire.
fucking tasty. Some of their resin infused joints are the most tasty joints I've ever smoked. Seriously.
Definitely.
And I don't really prefer oil infused joints over keef infused. Typically, I really like keef infused more.
Same.
I don't know. So
no, when it's a real live resin like that, though, it's way fucking better.
Yeah, it's true.
It's fucking awesome.
Than like a distillate.
Hell no. Yeah, it's so.
Non-infused. I would say. Rolling green guava jam.
Some people do it good, though.
Nice
Like that.
Yeah. Like I had to
jetpack.
put that out usually halfway
They
through.
do it really good.
I like the jetpacks and shit for that. Like
They do it good.
Yeah,
they
Jetpack
do.
shit.
Those 2 grammars.
The jetpack sit a little heavy in my lungs.
Because they're
Mr.
fucking
Disty,
disty,
baby.
It's
a little heavy in my lungs.
It's the disty.
But they taste so good.
But
so
they
it's
taste
like,
so good.
So
and
good.
And the keef on the outside is
it's
just
a
you're
beautiful
just like,
experience.
It
It's
is.
a beautiful
but
experience.
it's fucking hits hard.
That's like I'm pulling up, hanging out with a friend.
Showing
You
some
know what I mean?
love.
Show off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, look, this is what we got over here at the dispensary. You know?
Yeah. They're pretty and shit.
Yeah, they're pretty. It's a nice little like. Oh, and it got the liquid diamonds,
But
live
the
res.
ADK, just like as far as like uninfused, just regular ass.
They kill it.
Yeah,
They
I love the
fucking
chocolate
kill
dip
it.
banana.
That's a legendary
yeah.
pre-roll.
That
That is a
pre-roll is
legendary
fucking
pre-roll.
great.
It
Yeah.
really killed it.
Yeah, they
really
killed it with that
with
shit.
that.
Yeah, that
we
sells
got
out every time.
we got to shout out Jerry. Jerry come in like at least once or twice a week, maybe even, and he'd be like, "How many you got today? Yeah, give me 10 of them." Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's bought 20 before too. Like he
Chocolate
will
dip
cook.
bananas.
Yes.
Yeah, Jerry
We
pull
get him
up.
in.
Yeah,
He clears us out.
Jerry go hard on the
He's cleared us out a
chocolate
couple
dip
times.
banana.
Because the chocolate dip bananas was
They
the
good.
bomb ass
They
pre-roll.
really good.
Very
That's
good.
that would be my pre-roll pick.
Yeah.
That one, that specific. So you're gonna say 80K?
Yeah,
No,
of
he's
course.
just saying the chocolate dip banana
The
specific.
I'm saying
Yeah.
80K too though.
Yeah, word.
80K
Yeah.
to
'Cause
Cal.
they got the Takao, the Love Jones. That's another one of my
Love
favorites.
Jones is another great one.
Yeah,
That pick's never changed for me.
I feel that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel that.
What's it for you, Jay? I'm surprised you ain't say, you know.
You know what I'm gonna
Yeah,
say.
this man comes in the bag every day. He's like, what am I gonna get today? And we all know what the fuck Jay's off the line. Like, go ahead, tell him. Tell him what you're
That
get.
fucking heady tree, that banana cream jealousy.
Yeah.
That's my shit, bro. I know. Everybody else is like, I'm tired. I've been smoking it the whole time. I
Still love
I
it.
still love it.
I've only
Still
tried it
love
once.
You know, I really like the
The glitter bombs and
crew, Keef infused crew
Those are
joints
really nice.
because specifically because they're like the little joints.
Sure.
And I don't have to put it out. I could just smoke the whole thing, and then
I always smoke the whole thing. I don't know about y'all, but I smoke them down. So that actually kind of
Yeah.
annoys me personally. But like that's a personal thing.
Yeah,
like,
those
I'm not
aren't big enough for you.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I
you're like,
always have
damn,
to-
I need
Bro,
another one
I sat
right
and
away.
smoked
I
a
need
whole
two
pack
of
of dog
those.
walkers to the face one time.
I was like, yo,
Jay smoked it.
because me and Ricky smoked the whole pack together. And
yeah.
I was like, yeah, me and Ricky smoked that whole pack of dog walkers. He's like, yeah, I did too before the show. I'm like, with who? He's like, just me. I was like, oh damn, bro.
And then went on stage with Cam and fucking shut it down. Like
Yeah.
literally smoked them and went right on stage.
Which dog walkers?
It was a hybrid. I think it was no,
Was
No,
that
it
head
wasn't.
cracker, maybe?
no. It was the Brownie Scout.
Brownie Scout.
Brown and Scout.
Mm-hmm. It's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm at a point now where why I like the chocolate dip banana is because it wasn't infused, but
Yeah.
and it was still
Nice,
good.
yeah, for
It's still
sure.
nice, but for the most part, I have a hard time smoking a pre-roll that's not infused now, and getting fucking super stoned.
That's fair. I understand that, but you got to put in some work after you got to undo that. You know what I'm saying? Once you get to a certain point, then you got to just have all right, let me chill with the smoking, a little bit of tree hab.
Do you tell me I need to go back in the tree hat, bro? I just did a
Maybe
month.
you? I don't know.
I just did a month, bro.
You saying the pre-rolls ain't hitting if it's on the fuse?
Not fully.
It might be,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Maybe that's just your tolerance evolving.
Why don't you
Yeah,
just take
over
dabs?
time.
You know?
See, and then you got
Yeah.
motherfuckers like this.
Yeah.
Nah, like I feel like it's edibles, but I'm
But
finding.
that'll do it too.
Yeah, but I'm finding that. Yeah, I think that's what's fucking my tolerance up is the edibles though, and because I'm at a point where like 50 doesn't do it.
Mm.
now I realize. I took
So
a
you
50
take 50
today.
and you
I
don't
took
feel
a 50 today, and I was like expecting to be fucking super stoned, and I didn't get to that point. And I was like, all right.
50
like,
of what?
just a 50 milligram gummy.
Disty? Like just regular, not rosin or resin or nothing? See, I feel like, me personally,
A 50 milligram Smokies.
that probably wouldn't did nothing to me neither.
No,
I
I
don't
think
expect-
actually I think that one is resin. I think that
Yeah?
one is resin. Yeah.
But I feel like I need a full spectrum to be able to like take like 2 or 3 of them and feel it.
Yeah.
If it's not, then I need like, and maybe that's me messing my tolerance up with the Vern challenge of it.
No, yeah, I'm about to say one bag usually don't do it for me, but if it has the other cannabinoids in there, and like all
Then
that,
that'll make a difference.
I mean,
definitely
this shit right here is.
one of those, you're good
that's-
to go.
Yeah, well, I just took 3 little pieces, so like 30 before we started the show.
Yeah, I took like
Yeah.
half of one.
I'm fucking.
last night.
I think that's contributing to my niceness right now.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
to my like, I'm fucking stuck.
Because that's full
Yeah.
I'm
spectrum.
high. Yeah, because it's full spectrum.
Yeah, shout
But
out
I
to
like
the
this though,
brands.
because the brick is cool, because it's like little teeny tiny pieces, so you're not eating a whole shit ton of candy to get that. So like if I had to eat 50 milligrams in gummies, I'm eating like 5 gummies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So 10
Right.
in some of the other brands, but this one I'm just eating like.
And you don't want to eat
just
5
little.
gummies.
Nah, because it's a lot of candy.
Yeah, that's fair.
You
I'm
know.
about to say, I just eat the whole thing and then 15 minutes we blasted. You know.
Nah,
That's
so
fine.
you know what's funny is I've been like feeling a dilemma with these because I'm like I love
yeah.
them, but
Yeah.
there's so much sugar.
So much sugar.
I know, and it's supposed to be. It's by design. You know what I mean? so I'm not
'cause
mad
the
at
sugar.
it.
The
but
sugar
it's like
takes away the flavor of the fucking
the
distillate,
Right.
basically. So that is how they
Well-
mask.
It's all natural sugar in there.
It is all natural sugar too, though. It's all from the apples.
okay.
There's no added sugar.
Oh, bet. I didn't know that. That changes it.
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna stop drinking them either way.
yeah.
But
The lemonade is added sugar though, so the apple.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that and the fucking cola.
gotcha.
But I must this orange creamsicle.
Nah, man, they don't add no
It's
sugar
like-
into the orange cream.
It's like in between, like it's not really like sweet like orange soda, but it's not like a seltzer either. It's like in between. It's like it's not
Yeah.
overly sweet. I don't think.
How many grams the sugar is in that shit?
Oh, probably a ton still.
What does it say? It says it right on the
Oh,
can.
34.
34.
You said, oh,
How many's in that?
Oh,
35.
sugar. 45.
45.
Damn.
45. Yeah.
ain't no way I was seeing that shit. Yeah.
Get the spectacle out.
This lady gave me her glass. She's like, here, just use them. I know. She's like, just try it. I put them on, couldn't see shit. No, thank you. That's funny as hell. Yo, this new Dutchie update is killing me.
Yeah.
Y'all probably haven't even noticed it because you don't ever zoom the screen, but I zoom it one time and it disappears. The date of birth. It's just gone. So I'm all up in the screen all day. This is killing me.
Dutchy, step up your accessibility game up.
Word up,
Y'all. What you doing?
motherfuckers.
Gotta get on that shit.
My man need that Zoom feature. Very convenient.
We got it though. We still holding it down.
Yeah, of course.
Word up. Buddha Buddha.
Buddha Buddha. All right, Jay. What you got for us, kid?
I got some shit today.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. This ain't even one from the stash on my fault. This is one of the new ones for the Stage 1 mixtape.
Oh
Okay.
no.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
giving it to him?
It's that so clean and so fresh.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
I said,
I toss flowers like bouquets. I'm off hours, but I'm ill still. Illuminate a new wave. I'm sipping Honey Crisp with my boo thing. She got the apple bottom, but I swear this shit is sweeter than Kool-Aid. Purple got the eyes getting red when I blew haze. But Reese said the peppercorn to help with from 2 blades. Still haven't tried it. I've been high for a few days. Started selling dimes, but things changed. Started 20 years later. Got the fire for your lungs and your speakers. Got some gas. How you laughing like you puff anesthesia. On 420, we sold so much of the reefer. We broke Dutchy like we tried to smoke a blunt with Khalifa. It's so unorthodox. Give you something, it be smart to cop. Them other spots ain't got the options, it be hard to shop. Grocery store, parking lots, how many carts I got? No, I'm not a gardener, but I be up in all the pots. Buddha.
See, what the fuck I be talking about? Just drop that thing.
Good looking out, Jack. That shit coming soon. Shit, I laid that one down though. So now we just waiting for Mr. Cheeks.
For Mr. Cheeks,
Yeah, shout out Mr. Cheeks.
Shout out Mr. Cheeks.
Yeah.
That shit is certified though. For
Good looking
sure.
out, dude. Good looking out. Hell yeah. Shit.
Shout out Cheeks. Always fucking coming through.
Mm-hmm.
Pulling up. He pulled up the other day. He had the show across the way with who else was on that show? It was mad people. There was a couple people on that show, right? At the Plaza?
Oh yeah, him, Rob Bass, and
Rob Bass.
what's the other legend name?
Put you on the spot. Because I didn't remember. Yeah, but he, but like next day, Cheeks just pulled up like, yo, I'm here.
Nice.
I was like, yo, that's what's
Yeah,
up.
that's dope as hell.
Hell yeah. Got a nice little pick and chairs, fucking, you know,
That's dope.
showed love. Yeah.
He brought Chaz out.
Yeah.
Shit was dope.
Yeah, that was dope. That was dope. Shout out Chaz Money.
So much people, thousands.
Yeah. Nah, that shit was packed. That was fucking great. That was great.
Yeah.
I think that was like the day I got back from Italy.
Yeah.
It was like that Wednesday or whatever. Yeah.
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 Buddha.
Fuck yeah.
There it is.
Yep, that's
There
the
it
one.
is.
That's the one.
That's the one. Yo, you know what's crazy? Fucking Stage 1 podcast. Legacy to Legal. Stoop to Store, motherfucker. We never did that shit. It just came.
Damn, right.
Oh, never
We're
did
about
it.
to do an intro/outro.
Facts.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's some like, you know, we comfortable with this shit. So comfortable we're just like not even preparing anymore.
You know what show you're watching, my guy. You know what show you're watching. Like, you typed it in.
Nah, but today was a lot about music though.
Yeah, no, for sure. Hell yeah.
It's fucking, you never know what you're gonna get, motherfucker. Yeah,
Yes.
facts.
That's a fact, man. It was a good episode, though.
Nah, yeah, it was rough.
We'll be the judge. Y'all will be the judge. Yo, but Dills, we been getting any comments in the joints that you need to bring up?
None of recent.
No?
We ain't been dropping none.
We ain't been dropping that.
That's true. We've been silent for a minute. We're just building up another
We on that break right now between season 1 and 2.
season 2.
We back tomorrow, y'all.
Word.
Facts.
Yeah.
But we got past a mark that a lot of people don't get past in podcasting. The 20th episode mark.
Yeah.
A lot of people that quit. Because people start their podcast thinking it's like, oh, I'm gonna get rich. And then they see by the 5th episode, it takes time and they quit. It's like I've seen it happen so much times.
Right.
And I think they know we here to stay
Oh, yeah.
at this point.
Yeah. Now it's just like this beginning of season 2 of getting back to basics has been great,
For sure.
but we're gonna like start booking the guests to come on and fucking, you know, get some of these brands to talk their shit, because now shit is starting to get crazy. Can they keep up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's so many fucking stores open.
Yep.
It's like a lot, you know. And are they picking and choosing what they're doing? What's the plan? Are they scaling up? how are they scaling up?
Yeah.
Is the fucking law even set up for these motherfuckers to scale up? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, all that shit.
To be continued.
To be
Coming
continued.
soon on season 2 of Stage 1 podcast.
Facts. So, intro, outro, Stage 1 podcast, Stoop the Store, Legacy to Legal. You know how we do. Peace.
Buddha, Buddha.
I be on that OG, tell you about the OG, piling up the roaches, got me feeling rosy.